Welcome to Summary Secrets, your daily personal growth companion. In today's video, we'll be uncovering the top lessons from the heart of the Buddha's teaching by Thich Nhat Hanh. If you're ready to unlock the secrets within this book and gain valuable insights, let's dive right in. Lesson 1. The Four Noble Truths: the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the cessation of suffering, and the truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. The Four Noble Truths are the foundation of Buddhist teachings. The first truth is the truth of suffering, which means that suffering is an inherent part of life. It can be physical or mental, and it affects everyone. The second truth is the truth of the cause of suffering, which is craving or attachment. When we cling to things, people, or ideas, we create suffering for ourselves. The third truth is the truth of the cessation of suffering, which means that it is possible to end suffering. The fourth truth is the truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering, which is the Eightfold Path. This path includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. By following this path, you can overcome suffering and find peace and happiness. For example, if you are experiencing stress at work, you may realize that the cause of your suffering is your attachment to success and recognition. By letting go of this attachment and focusing on doing your best without seeking external validation, you can find relief from your suffering. Lesson 2. The Eightfold Path: right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The Eightfold Path is a set of guidelines that can help you live a more fulfilling life. It consists of 8 principles that are interconnected and build upon each other. The first principle is right understanding, which involves seeing things as they really are and not being misled by illusions or false beliefs. Right intention involves having good intentions and acting with kindness and compassion towards others. Right speech means speaking truthfully and kindly, avoiding harmful or hurtful words. Right action involves behaving ethically and avoiding actions that harm others. Right livelihood means earning a living in a way that is ethical and does not harm others. Right effort involves making a conscious effort to improve oneself and overcome negative habits. Right mindfulness involves being aware of one's thoughts, feelings, and surroundings in the present moment. Finally, right concentration involves focusing one's mind on a single object or idea, leading to a state of deep concentration and inner peace. By following the Eightfold Path, you can cultivate a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Lesson 3. The concept of interbeing: the idea that everything is interconnected and interdependent, and that we cannot exist independently of others. The concept of interbeing is the understanding that everything in the world is interconnected and interdependent. This means that everything relies on something else to exist. For example, a flower cannot exist without the sun, water, soil, and air. Similarly, we cannot exist without our parents, food, water, and air. Interbeing also means that our actions have an impact on others and the environment. For instance, if we throw trash on the ground, it can harm animals and pollute the environment. On the other hand, if we plant trees, it can provide shade, oxygen, and a habitat for animals. Therefore, it is important to recognize our interconnectedness and act with mindfulness and compassion towards others and the environment. By doing so, we can create a more harmonious and sustainable world. Lesson 4. The practice of mindfulness: being fully present in the moment, aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings, without judgment. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. It involves being aware of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings, and observing them without getting caught up in them. This allows us to experience life more fully and to respond to situations with greater clarity and wisdom. For example, when you are eating a meal, you can practice mindfulness by paying attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of the food. You can observe your thoughts and feelings as you eat, without getting caught up in them. This can help you to enjoy your meal more fully and to make healthier choices about what you eat. Similarly, when you are in a conversation with someone, you can practice mindfulness by being fully present and attentive to what they are saying. You can observe your own thoughts and feelings as they arise, without getting caught up in them. This can help you to communicate more effectively and to deepen your relationships with others. Overall, the practice of mindfulness can help us to live more fully and to respond to life's challenges with greater wisdom and compassion. By cultivating mindfulness in our daily lives, we can experience greater peace, happiness, and fulfillment. Lesson 5. The importance of compassion, cultivating a deep understanding and empathy for others, and acting with kindness and generosity. Compassion is a crucial aspect of our lives. It involves understanding and empathizing with others, and acting with kindness and generosity towards them. When you cultivate compassion, you develop a deep understanding of the suffering of others, and you become more willing to help them. You become more aware of the interconnectedness of all beings, and you realize that your actions can have a profound impact on others. Compassion is not just about feeling sorry for others. It is about taking action to alleviate their suffering. For example, if you see someone who is hungry, you can offer them food. If you see someone who is struggling, you can offer them support. If you see someone who is in pain, you can offer them comfort. These small acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. Compassion also involves being kind and generous towards yourself. You cannot be truly compassionate towards others if you are not compassionate towards yourself. This means taking care of your own needs and treating yourself with kindness and respect. When you are kind to yourself, you are better able to be kind to others. In conclusion, cultivating compassion is essential for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. It involves understanding and empathizing with others, and acting with kindness and generosity towards them. When you cultivate compassion, you become more aware of the interconnectedness of all beings, and you realize that your actions can have a profound impact on others. So, be kind to yourself and others, and always strive to cultivate compassion in your life. Lesson 6. The concept of impermanence. Everything is constantly changing and nothing is permanent, including ourselves. The concept of impermanence teaches us that everything in life is constantly changing and nothing is permanent. This includes ourselves, our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies. It is important to understand that nothing stays the same and that everything is in a constant state of flux. For example, think about the changing seasons. The leaves on the trees change color and fall off, the weather gets colder, and the days get shorter. This is a natural process of impermanence. Another example is our own physical bodies. As we age, our bodies change and we may experience health issues. Our thoughts and emotions also change constantly. One day we may feel happy and content, and the next day we may feel sad or anxious. Understanding impermanence can help us to let go of attachment and expectations. We can learn to appreciate the present moment and not cling to things that will inevitably change. This can lead to a greater sense of peace and acceptance in our lives. Remember, everything is impermanent, including ourselves. Embrace the changes and appreciate the present moment. Lesson 7. The practice of meditation, a tool for cultivating mindfulness, concentration, and insight. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness, concentration, and insight. By practicing meditation, you can train your mind to be more present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. This can help you to develop greater clarity and focus, as well as a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. One of the key benefits of meditation is that it can help you to develop greater concentration and focus. By focusing your attention on your breath or a particular object, you can train your mind to stay present and focused, even in the midst of distractions. This can be particularly helpful in situations where you need to stay focused and alert, such as during work or study. Another benefit of meditation is that it can help you to cultivate greater mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. By practicing mindfulness, you can learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This can help you to develop greater emotional resilience and to respond more skillfully to challenging situations. Finally, meditation can also help you to develop greater insight into yourself and the world around you. By observing your thoughts and emotions, you can gain a deeper understanding of your own patterns of behavior and thought. This can help you to identify areas where you may be stuck or struggling, and to develop new strategies for growth and change. Overall, the practice of meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness, concentration, and insight. By incorporating meditation into your daily routine, you can develop greater clarity, focus, and self-awareness, and learn to respond more skillfully to the challenges of life. Lesson 8. The importance of ethical conduct, living in a way that is aligned with the principles of the Eightfold Path, and avoiding actions that cause harm to ourselves or others. Living ethically is crucial in Buddhism. It means following the principles of the Eightfold Path, which includes right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Ethical conduct is about avoiding actions that cause harm to ourselves or others. It is important to be mindful of our actions and their consequences. For example, lying or stealing can harm others and ourselves. On the other hand, being honest and generous can bring happiness to ourselves and others. Ethical conduct is not just about avoiding negative actions, but also about cultivating positive ones. It is about living in a way that is aligned with our values and principles. By doing so, we can create a more peaceful and harmonious world. Lesson 9. The concept of non-self, the idea that there is no permanent, unchanging self, and that our sense of self is constantly changing and evolving. The concept of non-self is a fundamental teaching in Buddhism that challenges the idea of a permanent, unchanging self. According to this concept, our sense of self is not fixed and is constantly changing and evolving. This means that the self we identify with today may not be the same as the self we identify with tomorrow. To understand this concept, you can think of yourself as a river. A river is constantly changing, with new water flowing in and old water flowing out. Similarly, your sense of self is constantly changing, with new experiences and thoughts shaping who you are. Just as a river cannot be defined by a single moment in time, your sense of self cannot be defined by a single experience or thought. This concept of non-self can be liberating, as it frees us from the burden of trying to maintain a fixed identity. Instead, we can embrace the fluidity of our sense of self and allow ourselves to grow and change. By recognizing that our sense of self is not fixed, we can also develop greater empathy and compassion for others, as we understand that their sense of self is also constantly evolving. In summary, the concept of non-self challenges the idea of a permanent, unchanging self and encourages us to embrace the fluidity of our sense of self. By recognizing that our sense of self is constantly changing and evolving, we can develop greater empathy and compassion for ourselves and others. Lesson 10. The ultimate goal of Buddhism, to attain enlightenment, or a state of complete understanding and liberation from suffering. The ultimate goal of Buddhism is to attain enlightenment, which is a state of complete understanding and liberation from suffering. This means that you are free from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and you have achieved a state of peace and happiness that is beyond the reach of ordinary human experience. To attain enlightenment, you must follow the Eightfold Path, which includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. By following these principles, you can develop wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness, which will help you to overcome the obstacles that prevent you from achieving enlightenment. For example, you may learn to let go of your attachment to material possessions, to cultivate a sense of gratitude and compassion for others, and to develop a deep awareness of your own thoughts and emotions. Ultimately, the goal of Buddhism is to help you to achieve a state of complete liberation from suffering, so that you can experience true happiness and peace in your life. Thank you for watching Summary Secrets, your daily personal growth companion. If you found these lessons insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more condensed wisdom. Stay tuned daily for more.